Well, she did 3 moves once again, makes it look easy.
Unbelievable talent. He's got himself into the lead. Lyle.
Look at that shooting accuracy.
She's going to cross the line as a deserving World Cup final champion.
To be the best, you've got to beat the rest, and do it right here in Budapest. Welcome to the Pentathlon World Cup, welcome to Hungary, welcome to a place where this sport is in the heartbeat of the nation. What a day coming up. Semi-finals galore, sunshine galore, elite sport galore, and we're delighted to have you with us for all of the action from the Hungarian capital as we play out the men's semi-finals and also later today, the women's final. So much to enjoy, so much to look forward to, and let's just take a moment to remind ourselves of the format of the great sport that is modern pentathlon. We'll start with the fencing component, which is a direct elimination format, a draw based on the results of an earlier seeding round. Keep hitting, keep winning, it's that simple. Over to the obstacle course, where if you can get to the end of this course legally in the fastest time possible, then you will stand highest of all at the top of the wall. Then the freestyle swim, just 100 metres, sprint, 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 4 lengths of a 25-metre short course pool. And all of that contributes to the staggered start that is the laser run. 5 laps of 600 metres, 5 visits to the range, 5 hits needed to exit the range. So much can change. And let's see who it is that makes it into that top 9 and goes through to tomorrow's final. Fantastic entertainment to come in the Bock Sports Centre here in Budapest. Ollie Hogben here, and I'm delighted to be joined by youth Olympian and 4-time World Championship medalist Mariam Emer. Well, the standard was set, was it not, yesterday by the women?
Yeah, I mean, the women yesterday were incredible. We had 9 athletes obviously making it from each semi-final, and it was, I think, we kept predicting up to the very last second in the laser run who was going to make it in or out. And yeah, I think the men today as well is going to be equally as hard to predict.
And these are the gentlemen who will be entertaining you over the next couple of hours in men's semi-final A. For those of you new to watching modern pentathlon, you will see some people set a very strong early pace. You will see others emerge from the peloton as the competition goes on. They all have their biases. They all have their specialisms. Some of them are rip-roaringly fast in obstacle. Some of them are fantastic fencers. Some of them can swim quicker than anyone else. All of it will come down to what kind of margin they give themselves in the laser run. So let's have a look at your contenders. We start with Spain's Pau Salamo, a 23-year-old who set the European obstacle course record last year. He's also been a laser run champion of the world. Watch out for him. This is Botond Tamás from Hungary. He's only 21, studies at the National University of Public Service. He's an international management student. Under 17 champion of the world. Here is the top performer based on qualification, Omar Emer of Egypt from Cairo, a 19-year-old, and he is already so impressive. He's been a medalist at World Championship level. Representing Czechia, we have Wojciech Dania, who's 23. Last year, he was 35th in Budapest and 76th in Pazarczyk. Already, we see great signs of development from this young man. Charlie Brown from the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland is ready and raring to go. The man from Shropshire, who's been a World Championship medalist and a European champion. Mihaly Kolizar from Hungary. Budapest is his city. These are his people, his crowd that he's here to entertain. European Championship individual silver medalist last year. From Germany, it is Ferdinand Mitterrand. Lives in Berlin. He was born in Frankfurt. He's been a silver medalist at the Military World Championships. He was 7th at the World Cup in Bulgaria, so we'll watch him carefully. Representing France, we have Jean-Baptiste Murcia, the 26-year-old. He started life as a regional level swimmer, but was introduced to modern pentathlon in 2013. He's taken to it very well, did well in fencing in qualifying. This is Matusz Tuma from Czechia, turned 26 last Sunday. He has a master's degree in chemical engineering from UCT in Prague. He also has European Championship gold medals. The experienced Alexander Tovkai from Ukraine, an Olympian. He is a World Championship silver medalist, an individual European champion, which he won in, guess where, this city in 2024. Representing the Republic of Korea, Jun Ung-tae from the beautiful city of Seoul. Started as a swimmer. His middle school teacher said, you ought to try modern pentathlon. Well done to that gentleman, because he was right. Representing Egypt, we have Mohammed Hassan, a teenager from Cairo, and he already has been a youth world champion. From the Republic of Korea, the 3rd strongest overall in the qualification process, So Chang-won, a 29-year-old from the southwest of the country in Jeolla province, famous for its gold mines. Can he mine some precious metals here? This is Léo Bory from France, the 24-year-old from the north of the country, a former junior world #1. Kazakhstan's Temirlan Abdraimov turns 26 next month. He's from the historic city of Taraz in the south of Kazakhstan. Another who started life as a swimmer. He's a strong laser runner, performed well in qualifying. This is Dominik Oliaz of Germany, 26, from Cologne. He's trained a lot in Potsdam, as many of the German pentathletes do. Maxim Maruk from Belarus, a 25-year-old national champion last year. Congratulations to him on that prestigious accomplishment. We expect him to start very well. And here's somebody we also expect to start well, Petr Borshchev, a strong fencer, the 24-year-old. First time we've seen him in World Cup competition this season. There they are, your contenders. The fencing is a direct elimination. There's a seeding system based on an earlier ranking round, and that could be very important.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't identify how you're going to finish on the direct elimination, but it does kind of give you an advantage if you, for example, did exit that direct elimination round from the table of 16. You will get the highest possible ranking in that table if you have ranked well yesterday in the fencing seeding round.
So this is the bracket. We're going to start with a couple of round of 32 matches, then we move into the round of 16. So the winners of the first 2 matches will effectively stay on and contest the round of 16. We'll go all the way through, covering Piece A and Piece B, top and bottom of your screen, until we get to the semi-final stage. Then we'll focus solely on one piece. So there's a lot to take in. Last bit of housekeeping for all of you. 1 minute match. First to 5 or most hits in that time. Good luck to all of them, and good luck to all of you controlling your nerves watching on. Top 9 make it through into the final tomorrow. That's the overall top 9 once we get to the end of the laser run. So we are going to start with Piece A, which is Botond Tamash from Hungary and Omar Emer of Egypt, and Piece B we've got Pau Salomo of Spain and Wojciech Dania of Czechia.
Yeah, already Tamash on the attack here against Omar Emer. He doesn't have the priority, and right there you could see that cart and counterattack beautifully done by Tamash. Meanwhile, no touches on Piece B. Salomo versus Danya. It's a cagey start now, halfway through. Omar Amir changing tactics here up on piece A again, trying to take that blade. Responds with the counter again, but it's a double touch.
Salomo, meanwhile, has taken the lead with half of the bout remaining on B. Just for those of you who need a quick reminder, the star indicates the strongest performer in the seeding round, so they will win in the event of a draw. That gives them the tie-break advantage. It does change the psychology of things a bit. Not for Salomo, though, because he's 2-0 up now.
Yeah, well with done. 12 seconds to go, this is looking good for Salomo so far. Up on piece A, though, look at Tamas there. Another one, you could see the crowd reacting to that.
Salomo's got another point. He's 3-0 to the good. His fencing consistency is something that we were going to be watching very closely because it can be terrific. It can be a little all over the place. He's starting well. This would be a strong win for him to get early on. Okay, we'll focus on the bottom of the screen for now and just see how Salomo can do because he's close to the win. Now let's go to the top of the screen and look at Tamas and Emer because this is very close to the end.
Yeah, Emer needs one more point to make it through. It's another double touch. This is getting dangerous for Emer, but the crowd loves it anyways. Tamas with a double touch there. 5 seconds on the clock. This is going to be tough for Emer if he's got to get that point.
And look at Danya, he's now 1 point away from going through. Oh no, he's not! Salomo's got him! What a start from the Spaniard. Salomo, he will take on the second seed next. He is thrilled. And meanwhile, Tamas has picked up the win there. So, Mariam, we've had 2 results go against the seeding process.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you can have a bad day in the seeding round, turn things around just like that in the direct elimination. I think that's what makes Pentathlon so interesting, is that you fight till the very end. It is never over till it's over.
Beautifully put. Well, how's that for entertainment, everyone? A nice way to begin. 2 bouts that go against the seeding process. As a result, Salomo stays on, and now he takes on the man from Belarus, Maxim Maruk, who was the second best performer in the ranking round. And he's a very fine fencer, isn't he, Maruk?
Yeah, very consistent fencer, always on top, tries to go for a flesh here. Salomo defends beautifully, both with French grips, might I say, so not really an advantage added to either one of them. Salomo uses up that distance quite nicely.
Top of the screen, we've got Tamas still in action. He's now taking on the top-ranked gentleman, and that's Borshev. Borshev is another very strong fencer.
Yeah, look at Maxim Maruk now. He's 1 down. Salomo with, just
no,
as I say that, proves why he's the second-seeded fencer. Well, let's just see how piece B goes. 2-2 now with 30 seconds on the clock. Maruk needs to find something different here. And just as I say that, Borshev, our high-seeded fencer, gets that touch up on piece A. Ooh, these are very important matches for both these fencers. I mean, high-seeded might make it out of the top 16. Borshev's looking good, though, on piece A so far.
Yes, fair to say with Maruk, there are some questions about his laser run and the ability to really hold on to those advantages, so he needs to get a big advantage, doesn't he?
Exactly, yeah, that's what he needs to do up on the piece now, and he's already 1 up. Looks like it's going to be Maruk so far with 15 seconds on the clock. Footwork is a bit slow here. He needs to make sure that distance is well and good. Wants to go for a flush here. Salomo goes for a flush. It's a double touch, and that's it. Maruk is passed.
And the same for Borshev, who's just won his contest 5-1. So there we go. Both of the top-ranked gentlemen living up to pre-match billing. Borshev just roared through that. You could just feel those 2 very experienced fencers saying there to the likes of Tamas and Salomo, I hope you enjoyed those first round wins, because that's it.
Yeah, they're They're really, really skilled, and it just shows, the experience shows they're not all over the place. They know what they're doing. They have a plan going into the fence as well. So it's everything is calculated.
Now, on the top of your screen, we have Alexander Tovkai on the left from Ukraine. And he is taking on the gentleman from the Republic of Korea, Jun Ung-tae.
I think it was Ung-tae who held the fencing ranking round before it was just the ranking round. So there was a world record held by his name. So I'm quite surprised that he's, where is he on the list? He's 8th. So he's middle of the pack as things stand. He could move up.
And in qualification, he was the 3rd best. So we would expect, wouldn't we, to see him, as you said, to
move up, yeah.
Move up the standings, yes.
Yeah.
Now, on the bottom of the screen, we've got Matusz Tuma of Czechia taking on Mohamed Hassan of Egypt.
Hassan already with 1 point to his name. Engage and disengage from him. Tuma just sitting on the back leg here, trying to figure out a way through. But Hassan, beautifully done. 6 and disengage into the chest of Tuma.
He's a great young athlete, isn't he, Hassan? Teenager.
Yeah, he's got that energy in him.
He's got even more energy now after that. 3-0 to the good. Meanwhile, Tovkai 4-2 ahead of Jun.
Yeah, they're 8th and 9th from the seeding round, so both pretty much in the same position. One of them is going through to the next round, though. Tovkai looks good for it at the moment.
Tovkai produced a rip-roaring laser run as well in qualification. Looked really impressive.
Hassan now going to the back of the piece. Change in tactic there. Not quite sure why he went for the flesh there, but Tuma was ready for it. Replies with a counter there. It is 2-1 for Hassan still.
Oh, Tovkai's picked up the win. Well, we were talking about that being a close contest, and Tovkai disagrees. He just flew away at the end of that.
Yeah, I think he was not taking any chances at the end there. Caught his opponent by surprise. Look at that. It was a duck. Yep. Beautiful touch from Tovkai.
Look at this one with Tuma and Hassan. Hassan, can he hold on for the last moments of this one? Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Hassan goes through.
We'll be going up against Maruk, which is going to be an interesting battle.
That's one to get the popcorn out for, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, all of these, all of these matches are so. It's just so difficult to see where one person lands, and they come into different competitions with different tactics and wanting to do different, like fencing sentences, and it's just hard to figure out who's going to make it out on top. Mitterrand and Bori up on your screen now on piste A. Bori quick on his feet. French grip, both with French grips. Everyone's using French grips this competition.
And for those who are new to fencing, the French grip,
yeah, it's that long, thin grip as opposed to the pistol grip, which gives you more control. The French grip gives you more length, not much control, but then you have to kind of weigh that out and use the pros of the French grip. And Mitterrand used that distance and got that touch. First touch on the board for Mitterrand.
On the subject of the French grip, on the bottom of the screen, we've got a Frenchman hoping for a gripping contest against So Changwan, and it is Jean-Baptiste Murcia. We'll come back to that bout in just a moment because Mitterrand and Bori, that is a really close one.
Bori with the priority, just needs to level the score to move forward to the next round. But Mitterrand is defending well. He goes for the attack on the low line there. He gets another one. He's looking safer and safer by the seconds. 15 seconds on the clock.
Now Murcia has taken the lead against So. Bori gets it back with 10 seconds to a 1-point contest. It's 1-1 in the match on piste B as well, as Murcia nearly took a tumble right over the scoreboard. Now, let's go up to the top of the screen. Last 5 seconds in progress. Bori needs to get a score out of this, and he celebrates it.
Levels the score. That means he wins if the clock ticks down. 2.9 on the clock. Can Mitterrand reply with something special here?
Bottom of the screen, last few seconds, Murcia and So, double touch, 2 apiece. So, as the best performer in the seeding round, will go through in the event of a draw.
Murcia making a run for it now, but it's So defending well here. He moves forward. Jean-Baptiste Murcia, though, is a really strong runner. I mean, there's 1.7 on the clock, but it's going to be difficult to come back from this. Even a level score goes to So, and there you have it. That B piece is done and dusted for this match. So moves forward. But yeah, we're just getting back to Jean-Baptiste Murcia and his laser. He's an incredible runner, and you feel like you can come back from that. We talked about who was it yesterday who came from VPAC? It was Maria Netchik.
Yes,
she had
13,
a phenomenal,
wasn't she, going into the...
Yeah, she had a phenomenal laser run and made her way into it. So don't rule anyone out just yet.
Yes, as Bory goes through. But yes, to go back to Jean-Baptiste Murcia, he was the 4th strongest in the laser running qualification. Although sometimes they can be a little deceptive, those qualification
He's
standings.
one of the fastest runners in the world, for sure.
Right, we're still with this round of 16 in the fencing. A few contests to come, just a couple of them, in fact. So we have Mihaly Kolizar of Hungary on the left of your screen, top left, and then he's taking on Kazakhstan's Temilan Abduraimov. And then we've got Charlie Brown, bottom left of Great Britain, against Germany's Dominic Oliaz.
Yeah, here we go. Kolizar, the crowd favorite, uses that momentum. Beautiful touch. I want to see the replays of that one. Maybe we'll see it in a second, but that was really quick. Good tempo from him, closed up that distance quite nicely.
I love the way you said crowd favourite at the exact moment that he got a point, and there was a roar from the stands in the Box Sports Centre, just to prove you right.
Yeah, the Hungarian audience is out here to support the men in the semifinals, and then also the women who will be joining us later in the evening. But back to the piece now. A and B. Oh, I was...
There he goes, look at him!
You can see the crowd, they're just going wild. Mihaly Kolizar is a character. He has a big personality, and I think the people love it.
You'd never tell, would you? Just gently, quietly strolling his way around. He looks like he's turned up for a boxing match.
The tempo's insane. The tempo. He's doing it right when his opponent is about to give a vent, about thinking of distracting his opponent there. Kolizar doesn't take any chances.
Now, in the last 10 seconds of Brown and Oliaz, and the German has just moved ahead. That's a big score for him, because Brown now requires 2 points in very quick order.
Yes.
Kolizar, I mean, this is how you get a crowd going, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a good remise. I'm not sure it's going to be counted, though, because of the halt.
Now, I'll just tell you, meanwhile, that Brown has made it 2-2. So 5.9 seconds. Charlie Brown going up against Dominic Oliaz, and Brown is 3-2 to the good. But 4 seconds, no point. Celebrated it, but it was not confirmed.
And it's Oliaz.
Yes.
Oliaz picks that up. Brown was getting sloppy at the end there. I think he kind of misread the distance as well. Oliaz made use of that. He's going to now need 2, and it's not happening.
That's how quickly things can go from one direction to the other, isn't it? Oliaz is through. Well done to him. And we're about to see Kolizar go through as well. He does get that 4th point that he thought he'd secured earlier. How good does he look, Mariam?
Yeah, 6 seconds, it's done. I think Kolizar has this in the bag now. Ooh, it's a double touch. That's it. Kolizar wins, and he celebrates that. Look at that.
Now, just imagine, everyone, if that's how he responds to the crowd during the fencing, how do you think he's going to respond to them cheering when he's running?
We've seen him done it before. He's insane. He feeds off of that energy like nothing I've ever seen before. He loves that. He loves people cheering him on. He loves the positive energy that the Hungarian audience brings, and rightfully so. It's a competition in his home nation. Just as I say that, there is one of the cards given, not sure which color it was. But yeah, match is done anyways. Kolizar moves forward.
And that brings us to the quarter-final stage. 8 competitors remain. Well done to them on making it through. Congratulations to those athletes.
By the way, peace be Hassan and Marouk now. This is our first quarter-final match. This is going to be an interesting one. Hassan full of energy, Marouk composed, very accurate with that point. This is getting so cagey here. No point awarded. 40 seconds on the clock. Experience versus the energy. He's a fireball, Hassan.
So is it a matter of him controlling that successfully against Marouk?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an element of surprise, and you can see why. Look at that touch by Hassan. Gets the crowd going as well. So it's a good thing, because you do get that element of surprise with your opponent, but at the same time, you need to calm down, because your point, you need to direct your point where it needs to go, and sometimes when you're energetic, it doesn't happen, but it's working for Hassan, because that was insane. Powerful flush from him. 2-0 now. He might just... Could we see Marouk eliminated in this round? Let's see. It is a double touch, and Hassan is inching his way forward to victory.
This would be problematic for Marouk, wouldn't it, considering his strengths. Now, meanwhile, top of your screen, Tovkai and Borshchev engaged in a very interesting match, halfway through pretty much, 1-1. Hassan.
1 point away.
Yes.
1 point away from victory. This is going to be big for Hassan if he's able to defeat Marouk. Goes down low, doesn't get it to fend, but it's unsuccessful. Marouk gets it anyways. Oh my God, this just got interesting. 1 more point for Marouk to level the score and win this bout.
Okay, everyone, which way do you think it's going to go? Hassan and Marouk, 10 seconds remaining. Hassan could win it here. It's a double, and Hassan is victorious. Oh, that's huge for him. He's into the semi-final stage. Now, just to calm us all down, let's go up to this 4-3 match with 8.5 seconds left between Tovkai and Borshchev.
Yeah, Borshchev, the high-seeded fencer. Again, what is going on in the quarterfinals? Borshchev could be out of this in just 8 seconds now. He just needs to level the score. Tovkai needs 1 more touch. He needs to find the distance here, and he does it! Tovkai ends things. Our 2 highest-seeded fencers are just out of the direct elimination. That moves stuff around, for sure.
That is absolutely amazing.
Whew. Need a second to breathe after that one.
Do you want a moment? I think everyone watching this needs a moment now. Borshchev, gone. Marouk, gone. Now, we just remind you all here, only top 9. That's what counts here to get into the final. So their causes are not futile, but the challenge is tougher, and it's very good news for the likes of Tovkai and Hassan. Let's continue with the quarterfinals. Bottom of your screen, we've got So against Oliaz.
So, with the experience, just got a medal in Bulgaria last week as well. So, coming off the back of that, 1 touch on the scoreboard for him already. Bori as well, 1 touch for him. Piece A and B going together. Kolizar, the fan favorite here. Bori might feel a little bit of the pressure. You can see and hear the crowd cheering for your opponent, so it's a lot.
And is there an argument that the best way to handle that is to quieten them down, to not allow...
How do you quiet that down, though?
I don't know.
It's so loud in here.
I asked the question, then thought I don't have an answer to it.
Meanwhile, in Piece B, though, So is going 2-0 over Oliars, and it's... clock is ticking down now, so it's 17 seconds. Just checking the weapon here, but So with those 2 points so far.
This is a great fencing section of the competition. Kolizar, I love the way he's sort of saying to the crowd, you know, are you there? Are you going to make some noise? And they're almost replying, we're doing our best, you know. Sorry if we're not living up to your needs, but we are cheering for you.
Yeah, Kolizar going well here. So about to take the win of this match. It's 3-0. Oliars goes for an attack. It's scrappy. No touch at 1.7, and you have to back So for the win here. Oh, Piece A, look at that. Makes it 2-2, Bori.
Well, we're going to see almost certainly So against Hassan in one semi-final. That will be a match and a half, and Bori is now leading with 13 seconds to go, and in effect that's a 2-point advantage for him, because Kolizar has now got to pick up a brace in order to advance. Here's the test for the popular Hungarian. He's got one.
Yeah, it was a hand touch. He didn't even realize he got it because it was so seamless, so effortless. Now levels the score. One more point to move ahead. 8 seconds on the clock. Bori just says he can't really hear the judge because of the crowd. It's crazy in here at the Box Stadium.
This is the last quarter-final match. Kolizar 3, Bori 3, 8.5 seconds. And we have all learned that that is a very long time in a modern pentathlon fencing match.
So much can happen in 8 seconds.
Semi-final about to get underway on Piece B. We'll come back to that in a moment. Kolizar, 4-3.
Look, for a second there that Bori was going to take the lead of this match, but no, Kolizar replies. It is 4-3 now with 4 seconds. Still a lot can happen. Bori can get that point and level the score. Let's see who gets it. Bori goes forward. It's scrappy again. Is it a touch awarded? It is! Kolizar wins the match with 0.1 to go. Kolizar moves to the semi-finals and will be fencing against Tovkai. Oh my goodness me.
Right, everyone, take those thoughts that you'd written down early on a piece of paper and tear the paper into little pieces and throw it into the air like confetti. It's one of those days. Unexpected semi-final outcomes. Now we're going to go into that last four with Kolizar having the win confirmed. It didn't get that final point from earlier, but he held on anyway. Well done to Bori, but he now departs. Kolizar into the semi-final, and the semi-final is halfway through. First semi-final at the bottom of your screen, Hassan and So.
Yeah, Hassan needs something special to get past So here. So a very experienced fencer gets a foot touch. Hassan, that's what we like to see, the energy against the experience. So still has some time to make that up though. 2-1 for Hassan so far. Hassan goes for a flush, wrong timing, wrong distance. So with a counter parry, makes it 2-all now. Let's remember the star next to his name means if the clock ticks down and there's a draw, it is gonna go to So. 7 seconds on the clock. Hassan with even more energy, but look at that. So direct flesh is won over Hassan at the moment. 4 seconds.
So Changwon, who was a very good performer in the qualification process, he has almost certainly got the job done. Now, we'll come back in a minute to the top of your screen where the second semi-final has started, but let's just see out the conclusion of Hassan and So, and there we go. Hassan, that's a great race he ran. Great effort.
Yeah, I mean, where was he? So he was 7th, and he made it all the way to the semi-finals. So the worst score he could get is 4th place, which is a move up from that 7th position he got yesterday.
Okay, everyone, Kolizar and Tovkai. This is the other semi-final taking place. So is into the final. Kolizar has just got the crowd in the palm of his hand.
Yeah, Kolizar's energy is insane. He started out this direct elimination off the back of that 13th position he got yesterday. So definitely moved up. He's in the semis. Let's see how things go here. Tovkai, though, very firm on that he's not letting this match go. It is 2-all with Tovkai getting the priority.
Halfway through the contest. Kolizar 2, Tovkai 2, semi-final 2.
Yeah, Kolizar now needs to be careful because Tovkai does have that French grip. Bit of extra reach. I thought it was a touch there, was it not? I saw the blade bending, but no, Kolizar. Kolizar gets the touch. He is just a man of magic. He gets those touches out of nowhere.
You've got the entire building taking every step with him.
Yeah, I think for him, what's going on in his mind is, why weren't you guys here yesterday in the ranking round?
Kolizar, Tovkai levels it. He's not going away. He's not going away. He will go through in the event of a draw.
6 seconds now. Kolizar is on the attack, but Tovkai defense on the hand of Kolizar as he was making his way towards him. 4 seconds. Is it? It's less than 4 seconds. It's 3.4 seconds on the clock. Oof. Kolizar needs 2.
How calm that was from Tovkai. Kolizar has to charge. He's got one. You must be joking. Mihaly Kolizar to give the crowd the most dramatic 1.7 seconds so far. Get ready for a sprint. He's going for it. He's going for it. And he's not going to get there. Well, Tovkai just holds on, but Kolizar, he smiles having given it his best, and Tovkai knows he's had a right old match up there with that gentleman.
Yeah, Tovkai definitely held his own. I would be in shambles if that crowd was rooting for my loss, but Tovkai was... Look at that last touch, though. It was a hand touch. Look, beautiful hand touch. That's what I was saying with the French grip. You get that bit of extra reach. You don't have that accuracy, but if you're really, really firm with your blade and you have that forearm strength, that is how you get it done. Tovkai moves into the finals against So.
So that is where we find ourselves. We've gone all the way through to the final. And it is the Ukrainian Alexander Tovkai taking on the gentleman from the Republic of Korea, So Chang-won. That is the last fencing bout to come. What an amazing fencing section it's been. Utterly thrilling.
I can't wait for the transition time because I need to take a breather here. This is insane fencing from all the fencers, honestly. Tovkai versus So now. 2 top fencers, 2 experienced athletes have fenced each other before. This is going to be a good one, folks. 45 seconds on the clock.
This is for the 250 points. But not much will separate them anyway, just a matter of half a dozen points for the athlete who finishes second.
It's a game of pride as well. One of these athletes want to come out on top for sure.
That's a really interesting point, actually, the psychology of going into the next phase knowing you've won the previous one.
Yeah, you're going to come out on top of fencing direct elimination, and you're going to have that just momentum going through the other disciplines. It's 1-1 now, so no clear winner so far. So opting for a defense strategy here, trying to take that counter 4 on cart. Tovkai. Ooh, he has that distance. He just needs to go for it now, and he does. Ooh, Seo. Look at that from Seo. I actually thought it went the other way to Tovkai. Seo. Ooh. 8 seconds now. Seo's looking like a clear winner here. Tovkai needs to find something special. Tries to go down low, changes up the distance. He doesn't. It's a double touch. Not enough. Not enough. He needs 2 touches to win here. 2.8 on the clock.
So Chang-won has got the advantage, the star next to his name, by his superior performance in the seeding round. So he will benefit from the tie-break criterion. Tovkai, he's given it his best. He's made it to 3-all with 1/10 of a second left. You feel he needs just a full second more, and he might be able to do something with that.
0.1's going to be tough, and yeah.
What a match.
Yeah.
2 great gentlemen. Haven't they earned that? They've really earned that, because that was a hugely competitive direct elimination. So Chang-won is the victor. Alexander Tovkai takes second place.
Yeah, what a fencing direct elimination we've had so far. This is only semi-final 8, folks. We only have a few more disciplines to go to figure out who the top 9 making it to tomorrow's final are. Semi-final B to come later on in about 3 hours or so. Fencing done and dusted. It's off to the obstacle course next. Let's just take a look at how the athletes made it to the top.
Well, that was a quiet and uneventful start. Only joking. That was extremely dramatic. Great fencing direct elimination. Sword Changwon is the gentleman who has secured 250 points. Alexander Tovkai 244. And then Hassan and Kolizar 238 and 236 respectively. What a fencing section. How enjoyable it was. Let's have a look back at the best of the action from the direct elimination.
Into the big wheel. He's not that fast, come on.
That has concluded fencing and the direct elimination, and we will now move to the obstacle component of this men's semi-final A. Well, the stage has been set. The athletes will start with the steps. They will then move through to the big wheel. Following the big wheel, the challenge of the tilting ladders and trying to keep the momentum going as they then reach the over, under, through. And that takes them to the first of the variable elements of this course, the flying hoops chosen today. The giant steps will follow, and we go then into the second of the variable elements, and that is the climbing holds. Really tough challenge for them as they then make their way up the metaphorical castle wall of Budapest to the finish and stand at the top and hit that button for the fastest possible time. Yes, that is the challenge that faces them. It's interesting to see it from that perspective. It's also interesting to look at it from the point of view of the athlete themselves and what they actually face as they look at this, the newest element of the sport of modern pentathlon. So let's now explore that athlete's point of view.
Steps into the big wheel, tilting ladders. Some of the men we're gonna see they're gonna opt to skip the first ladder as well, so it's gonna be a fast one, over, under, and through. And then it's a test of the grip strength, flying hoops. It's interesting to see the different techniques. Some of them will go safe, they just want to make it to the finals, not going to skip out on a bunch, and some of them are going to go fast because they need to make up some time. Again, testing that grip strength at the end there. The climbing holds proved to be a challenge yesterday with the women as well. And then it's up the wall and you've hit the buzzer, time and the clock stops. You just want to get from point A to point B the fastest.
Well, it's such an interesting challenge, isn't it? Especially when the athletes make their way onto the climbing holds, because suddenly the body turns 90 degrees and they're working actually in a completely different direction from the way they've worked for the whole of the rest of the course. So we've got 9 heats to come. Heats in the sense that the athletes are not actually competing against each other. They are simply trying to secure the best possible time. And that's where it can be a little on the deceptive side, because some of these gentlemen are so fast, that you will see their, in inverted commas, opponent looking a million miles behind. That opponent might end up still being the 3rd or 4th fastest that we see.
Yes, very true. We've had some world records broken in the qualifications as well. We've had a 17-second run from Mohamed Al-Ashkar. We'll be seeing in semi-final B later on, but let's just focus back on semi-final A now. Heat number 1, Ahmed and Danya on the blocks.
We have Wojciech, Danya in the foreground, Emir in the background.
Ahmed skipped the first ladder, but is losing momentum now, losing time, but it's okay. He got past that, over, under, and through, and he's leading the way. Flying hoops It's looking better. It's not going to be the fastest time of the day, but it's looking better from Omar Aimer. Climbing holds now. That grip strength is really being tested as he propels himself forward. He was just about to fall there.
And he's up the wall, and the time is going to be 29.279. Now, Dania unfortunately had to go back and repeat an element of that course. So not the easiest of experiences for the athlete from Czechia. That was, yes, that was close, wasn't it? As he gets up and touches for a time ultimately of 47.136. But Amer, that was fascinating because his start, he really got held up on the ladders, and then he just breezed through the hoops.
He recovered well. I think it was kind of a mismatch of hand-eye coordination for a moment there. Got a bit hesitant on the last ladder as well. Ooh, that's the slip-up from Dania there. Just didn't stick the landing, but overall good effort from both athletes. So first heat done and dusted. We've got 9 heats of this OCR in semi-final, a heat 2 on the blocks.
Now, in the foreground, Boton Tamash and Spain's Pau Salomo, who's really moving well here. Salomo, goodness, this is impressive. Now, he's the gentleman who set the European obstacle course record last year. Oh, my goodness! How things can change so quickly.
Oh, my God, and Tamash as well. With the fault, this is not going to be a fast time. He just has to stick landing, and he does. Big steps into the climbing holds now. Just needs to hold on for a few more seconds here. Sticks the landing. Up the wall he goes. It's not going to be the fastest time of the day by any means, but still within a good margin. 33.5. How can Tamash get back from this?
He got a lot out of that, didn't he, Salomo, considering? And there's that jeopardy of... and that Tamash is being very cautious at the moment because you do not want a second failed attempt.
Yeah, that is going to cost you a lot. It's up the wall. It is 54 seconds for him.
Well, goodness. It is Amer who is the fastest so far of the first 4.
Yeah, the time to beat in the semi-final A is 29 seconds by Omar Aimer. We have 7 more heats to go. So a lot of that slip-up is just devastating when it's just at the landing as well. Like, you finish the entire obstacle and then you're gonna have to go back around and do it all over again.
We go on to heat number 3. So we have in the foreground Fernand Mitterrand of Germany, Charlie Brown of Great Britain in the background. Brown had to reset a little on the ladders.
Yeah, over, under, through now. They're going to potentially skip out on a few obstacles, but good technique from both of them. Hand in hand they go as they head into the climbing holds. Who can make it out of this one? They're literally side by side. This
is fantastic. Brown is likely to get up there first. He's really... Oh, what a tackling of the wall that was from Brown. That was beautiful. Yeah. 28.54. I mean, that was a gravity-defying fly up the wall from the British athlete, and he's going to go into the lead. Mitterrand, though, on the same number of points as him.
Yeah, that's what we like to see from Charlie Brown. He's had a few slip-ups in the past competitions with obstacle course, but he seems to be doing well here. Look at that technique, getting out of the tilting ladders. Up the wall, launches himself onto the buzzer. 28.5, solid time by Charlie Brown.
That's
and
great
Mitterrand as well.
technique,
Yeah,
isn't it, from Brown? Not wasting a split second to hit that buzzer.
Here we go.
It is Matoush Tuma in the foreground, Jean-Baptiste Murcia in the background, heat number 4.
So Tuma, the fastest of the 2 athletes in this heat. Over, under, and through. First variable element goes through that smoothly, sticks the landing just about. Big steps into the climbing holds. This could be the fastest time of the day so far. He's going up the wall now. Could it be a sub 25 second? And it is 23.47, the fastest time of the day. Murcia as well going well here. It's 30 seconds. That is a pretty solid time as well.
And there's an example of what we were saying at the start, that you can have somebody who flies through the course. The second athlete looks as though they're a long way behind, but actually they were both right up there. Tremendous. Tuma was just smooth from start to finish. Look at the technique.
Yeah, the key here is he didn't really take his time or stop at any obstacle. It was just momentum and carrying that forward to the end of it.
And we are carrying on with heat number 5. The action comes thick and fast. Demirlan Abduraimov will be in the foreground, the man from Kazakhstan. And we'll have Jun Ung-tae of the Republic of Korea in the background. And he's doing pretty nicely so far, Jun Ung-tae. Just controlled, smooth. Lovely technique. Very good.
Yeah, he's flying through this.
Approaching the 20-second mark. He's well ahead of Abduraimov, who's having a few issues. So this is going to be a very fast time. Might get in there comfortably. Yes, under 30 seconds. 27.81. That was interesting. And I say this in the nicest possible way. That looked slow, but it wasn't slow. It was calm.
Yeah, it was calm, and I think that different athletes have different styles. Some of them look more frantic. Some of them look more, I don't know, it's like seeing a duck swim, for example, or a swan or something. It looks so calm over the water. Under the water, it's so much faster and frantic. So that's why it just looks different on different athletes. Both athletes within a good time margin. As we look over to heat 6 now, Maxim Maruk, Peter Borshev. Maruk posting a good time in the qualies. Let's see how.
We've got Oliars in the foreground and Bori is in the background. Heat number 6. And Bori is far and away going through this most quickly as we get to 15 seconds now. It gives an indication of a pretty fast effort, this. Just slowed down a little as he came up to those climbing holds, but he's through it now, and this is going to be very fast. Well done to Bori, 25.62. Oliars not far behind him, 28.2. That's one of the fastest heats that we've had so far, combining the two of them. Bori goes into the lead. He's 4 points ahead of Tuma.
Yeah, that was great. Pretty solid run from both these athletes. Again, to remind you, those 23 seconds were the fastest time, by Matus Tuma. We still have 3 more heats to go as well, with Maxim Maruk and Mohammad Hassan being the fastest of those athletes in those top 6 pack. Let's see how Maruk does here. Borshev versus Maruk.
This is the meeting of the gentlemen who exited earlier than expected from the fencing. So they've got a lot to do here, particularly Maruk, and he's going for it. Wow! Wow!
He skips the first hoop entirely into the climbing holds. He needs to keep that momentum going, and he does. Propels himself forward. It's up the wall now. Could be the fastest time. Will it be under the 23-second mark? It's 23.14, which is still the fastest time of the day.
That's amazing, isn't it? Borshev, that's good from him as well. It's 30.635. Maruk, there's an old cliche, risk and reward. He risked it all there, the way he attacked the hoops.
Yeah, let's see a replay of that. Look at that, skips the first one entirely into the third one and just pushes himself forward onto the mat. Whew.
That was either going to go superbly or dreadfully, wasn't it? He gave himself no middle ground. Well done to him. Now the crowd will be behind the man in the background, Kolizar, as Hassan is in the foreground, and we expect this to be quick.
Yeah, both going strong here. It looks like Hassan is taking a bit of a lead now into the flying hoops, but they're very close together. Big steps into the climbing holds. Hassan posted an incredible time in the qualifications. They're both hand in hand. Who's going to touch that buzzer first? Up the wall they go. It's going to be Kolizar. It's a 22.32. And Mohammad Hassan follows with a 22.6.
Well, we said it was going to be quick. It wasn't quick, it was lightning fast. They are both at the top of the leaderboard on 615 points. Fabulous entertainment. Do you think they almost pushed each other there?
Yeah, I think they were pretty much neck and neck the whole thing. Similar styles, just a few tenths of a second away from each other. Kolizar hit that buzzer first. He's riled up, that dude. Look at it.
Now we have the last of the heats. The gentleman who won the fencing, So Chang-won, is in the foreground and Alexander Tovkai is in the background. And so is looking all right so far.
Not the two quickest OCR athletes, but look at So, actually. He's flying through this into the big steps. This is looking like it's going to be a fast time as well. Just over the 25-second mark, maybe just under. Let's see how he does. Touches at 24. 24, that's a solid time from So.
Well done to him, 24.576 as Tovkai is there in just over 33 seconds. So has actually done himself a real service with that performance because he's still at the top of the leaderboard. That was excellent.
It was. This is shaping up to be an exciting laser run to come later on. Of course, these athletes still have to go through the motions of swimming, and then it's onto the ever-exciting laser run. So just holding his breath there. Beautiful technique from him. Also one of the athletes that didn't have much time with obstacles, so seeing as how much he's developed in such little time is promising towards his OCR breaking record time potential.
Well, the dust has settled and we've reached the end of the obstacle section. So remains in first place. Kolizar has moved up a couple of positions. Bori into the top 5 with a 3-place gain. And well done to Maruk. He's up a couple of places to be in 4th after that rip-roaring attack of the obstacle course. So these are the gentlemen who are in the chasing pack, but a lot of them thrive being in the chasing pack. They do very well in the pool and they do well in the laser run. So there's a long way still to go before we've really got clarity. And I just remind you, 9th place, that's Borshchev at the moment. All from him upwards would qualify to the final if it remains thus. And of course, it won't remain thus because we've got so much still to come. Let's take stock of what we've just seen in that thrilling obstacle portion of semi-final A. Wasn't that just magnificent entertainment? The stage has been set now for the swimming, and the athletes will make a short journey of about 1 kilometre to get to the swimming pool. It's a 25-metre short course pool, so they'll undertake 4 lengths. And this is the last opportunity for the athletes to get ahead of the pack in the laser run. So we will see exactly who it is that goes into that laser run in first place when the athletes have concluded their swim. A moment of calm.
Yeah, we needed that.
Yes, I was going to say, necessary moment of calm. Isn't it brilliant so far?
Yeah, I mean, it's been non-stop since the beginning of the semi-final A, and I think the laser run is just going to be, it is going to be a show, so make sure you're staying tuned for that one. The audience is going to go crazy for Kolizar as well, we expect. Again, today's all about getting yourself into the top 9. No medals won or lost today in terms of the men. We have the women coming up in the evening, so make sure you tune into that as well. It's 4 p.m. Hungarian time.
Yes, it's a packed day of competition, and the athletes now, they will be making their way from the main arena, the Box Sports Centre, to the swimming pool. What do they have to do in that intermediary time, that transition time?
Yeah, we talked about this yesterday, but again, I think it's different for each person. One person would like to just really focus on getting their muscles all warmed up. Some band work, maybe some nutrition. Nutrition and hydration are always the two most important things in between those transitions, just because you just came out of something that is very physically heavy and then going into something that you have to perform well in as well. So it's definitely the key factor to look out for here. We're not going to see it. It's going to be happening in the background, but these athletes will be prepping themselves ahead of the swim.
I'm aware that there's a dual way in which you can answer this question, being as you're an elite athlete, but you're also a doctor as well. So is there, or does it really depend on the individual? Is there a right amount of hydration? Can you overhydrate in a moment like this?
You can. Your body can only absorb water at a certain rate, and if you do take in too much, that's why we go for electrolytes other than just plain water, just because the minerals are absorbed better, so you don't get that muscle fatigue, muscle cramping. So that's the one thing. You can over or underhydrate. It's a fine balance, but I think at this point these athletes know their bodies, know what they need, and have gotten that down already.
Well, it's all part of the tiny set of margins that can make a huge difference, and maybe to all of us who have the luxurious position of watching and spectating and enjoying it all from the comfort of our own homes, the things that we don't see, those little conversations that you have with the coaches, with teammates, with yourself, those conversations, the ones in your own head, they play every bit as big a part.
Yeah, definitely. We say that pentathlon is physical, but it's also a very mental and mentally challenging competition. I mean, it is 90 minutes, but it is 90 brutal minutes. You don't have any time to think. And if you use the time where you're supposed to be recovering or getting in hydration to think or overthink about your competition, you're going to get in your head. It's going to be difficult to come back from that and snap out of that. So it's just staying in the zone, focusing, knowing the task at hand, and just doing it.
One of the things that's most striking about this sport is, as you say, the sheer lack of breathing space, of recovery time during a competition. Once it's on, it is on, isn't it?
Yeah, you just have to go. There's no other option, no plan B. You just have to get into the pool and do it, getting into the range, shooting your 5 shots and getting out, running as fast as you can, going as fast as you can on OCR. It's just one thing after the other, and you're just going to have to do them all well.
So these are the heats that we're going to see. Heat number 1 will be getting underway very shortly. And I just remind you again that the athletes are not as such competing with each other. They are simply trying to get the best possible time secured. The direct competition, that's going to happen when we get to the laser run section, and then it's just simply a case of who crosses the finish line first, get into that top 9, and the job is done. And welcome to the pool. Here they come, your first set of contenders. Heat number 2 is the really interesting one from a ranking point of view, because that's where we've got people who are in and out of the top 9 as things currently stand.
Yeah, we've got some strong swimmers across the board. Namely, maybe in this heat, Botond Tamash will take the lead of it. But again, it's all about tactics. Who's gonna, I don't know if someone's gonna give a little and just wait for that laser run to push to their very max.
In 1, we have Jean-Baptiste Murcia. In 2, Temilan Abdraimov. In 3, Omar Emer. In 4, Pau Salamo. In 5, Wojciech Dania. In 6, Botond Tamash. And Tamash is the one who touches first. And I think Dania was quite close to him as well. So he's furthest away from you, Tamash, in lane number 6. And as we say, we expect him to be fast. He is fast. He's got a good advantage here. This is nice.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a sub 1 minute swim, but how close to the 55 second mark can he get? This is the final turn to come, and final 25 meters he has to sprint to the wall to post his best time to move up the rankings.
He produced sub 55 time in the qualification process, and he really is attacking it here. Botond Tamash This is going to be a strong section for him. It's going to be Danya, and then it's going to be lane number 3, Emer, to finish in 3rd position. So those are the top 3 in this heat, but frankly, from start to finish, it was that gentleman.
Yeah, Tamas held the lead from beginning to end, and yeah, pretty solid time of 55. Probably the mark that most of the athletes will be aiming for. Let's see where that leaves him. That 55.15, still at the bottom of the list. I think it was the OCR that really got him.
Yes, 54.19 seconds in the obstacle course. He's done everything he possibly can with that swim to push back up the standings, but there'll be a lot to overcome, won't there, in the laser run?
Yeah, never say never, but again, it's going to be tough. We're just going to have to see what Heat 2 and 3 bring out in this one as well. All depends on where your opponents are.
Heat number 2 about to take place. We have got some fast gentlemen in this heat, and this is the really interesting one where you've got those who are currently in the top 9. Just remind you that Borshev is the gentleman who holds 9th position. You've got those who are trying to push up into it. So it is Tuma in 1, Oleaz in 2, Borshev in 3, Jun in 4, Brown in 5, Mitterrand in 6.
Yeah, a reminder as these athletes push off the blocks now. 1 second in the swim is equal to 5 extra points. So each second you go faster, you get 5 extra points. And that is major. 2 seconds faster than your opponent could mean 10 seconds handicap over them in the laser run. That is huge, and these athletes will be going for it all on the wall together, basically. Let's see who hits that 50 meter.
I think was just ahead of Brown, just ahead of him by a margin that looks as though it's growing now. Mitterrand again, and then it's going to be Brown. And it's Jun who's in 3rd position. Mitterrand is swimming really nicely, as we would expect.
Yeah, Mitterrand and Brown, 2 of the quickest swimmers in this heat, and you can see he's already pulling away, Mitterrand, as he heads to the final wall now. Oh, look at that. He's almost a length ahead of everybody else.
This is fantastic, isn't it, from Fernand Mitterrand? Half French, half German. And he is going to get that win very easily secured with Brown 2nd and Jun 3rd. So good point score coming here for Mitterrand, 54.26. Brown just ahead of the 55-second mark, or just slightly slower than 55 seconds, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, these are solid times. That could maybe solidify them more into those top 9. Let's wait to see what heat number 3 brings, but we do have some slower times in heat number 3 posted from the qualifications. Not quite sure if that was intentional or if those were the actual times, but we'll see. Kolizar swimming at 58 in the qualification. That's 3 seconds slower than the 55 of Tamas Boton, for example, or the 54 that Fernand Mitterrand posted. So let's see where that leaves them at the end. He doesn't seem too pleased with that. That's weird.
Oh, yes, I mean, watching that reaction, very interesting.
They're very harsh on themselves, these athletes. He does have a seat time of 53, so maybe that's why.
Heat number 3, the top performers at this stage of the competition, the top 6. So good luck to all of them as they try to consolidate their position, just to give themselves as much margin as possible at the start of the laser run. They can't really move up a great deal, but they could move down a bit with a weaker swim here. So let's see what we get with So in 1, Kolizar in 2, Hassan in 3, Maruk in 4, Bori in 5, and Tovkai in 6. I just remind you that that gentleman, So Changwon, the leader so far.
Final heat on the blocks now. They need a good time to stay in those top 6.
We're away. It's heat number 3, the last heat in the swimming section of the men's semi-final A at the Pentathlon World Cup in Budapest, Hungary. And these are all of the top 6 performers. It's going to be Tovkai, who's first in lane 6 to touch the wall there. Also got a strong effort coming from lane 3 and Hassan.
Yeah, Hassan's he's all over the place. He's frantic, and that energy shows in every single discipline he does. You can see just how much splashing and franticness is going on in the pool, but he's quick. He is really, really quick.
He's wild, but he's wonderful. Very exciting to watch. It is Hassan and Tovkai at the moment who are stretching things out a little bit, with Marok in 4 also trying to keep competitive. Just have to keep an eye on 1 as well, and whether So can push up a little.
It's a sprint finish now, final few meters to the wall.
It's going to be close, this. I think So might have just got that, and he was almost there. Tovkai got there. So came up from 4th to finish 2nd. Could see him making a good move, and Hassan ultimately 3rd. Just a matter of not quite 200ths.
Yeah, let's see where that leaves them.
10ths even.
Kolizar moves into provisional first. We have 3 more athletes that drop down. Hassan is above him. So, and Tovkai. There you have it. That's the start list for the laser run. So's on top. He's actually 11 seconds ahead of his opponent.
He's been on top the whole way through, hasn't he?
That's what we were talking about momentum. He came on top of the direct elimination, didn't quite make the fastest time in the OCR, but still came out on top. And a quick swim here is what really gave him that gap. He's a quick shooter as well. He does know how to keep his calm. He has that. He has enough experience to calm himself down heading into the range and just shake out all the adrenaline and lactic acid built up. So we expect him to be in the finals as things stand, unless something dramatic happens on the laser run, which we love to see.
And which we probably will see based on the way this semi-final has gone. There will be something unexpected coming from somewhere, but who will it be and how will it be? We'll find out in due course. This is what we know so far. So Chang-won is the top man. And then it's Hungary's own Mihaly Kolizar, who is level on points with Mohammed Hassan of Egypt, making up the top 3. All else will follow. The rest will be in a staggered start, and we will see just what they can do.
Yeah.
Jin Wong-tae is currently holding 9th place. He's the marked man.
Yeah, he is 37 seconds off of the lead, but let's see the people further down who can make it up into that first page and onto the top 9. Morcia is in 13th. This is where Maria Nechuk started yesterday, and she moved up into 9th place.
And we'll watch Salomo, interestingly, because he was very good in qualifying in the laser run. Well, the laser run is to come. The swimming is done and dusted. And let's take the plunge and remind ourselves of how it all happened. What a competition it's been so far. Men's semi-final A. All of the action has been concluded in the pool. The athletes are now on their way back to the Bock Sports Centre. And in the Bock Sports Centre, they will undertake the laser run, bringing together the remaining 2 disciplines in this sport. It is a staggered start, 5 laps of a 600-metre course. Straight away, the athletes will go to the range. That's a new feature of the sport as of this season. They did have a lap just to ease into it, but now it's straight to the range. 5 visits rather than the 4 from the previous season. 5 hits required to exit the range, and goodness, the time can tick on, can't it, if you're taking a while to get settled.
Yeah, shooting is where everything is won or lost in laser run. Reminder that today they only need to make it into the top 9. You can see that 9th target in the middle of your shot. That is the athlete that we'll keep an eye on.
Yes, that's going to be very interesting. It is still Petr Borščev, who is in 9th position, with Fernand Mitterrand in 10th place, just 3 points behind. Well, that's what the lay of the land looks like. But what about from an athlete's perspective? What does that look like? This is their own point of view, undertaking a very interesting run because it's an inside-outside run. They go to the range, and what's the biomechanical process like here?
In terms of shooting?
Yes.
I mean, there are two opposing disciplines, running and shooting. Shooting requires you to be calm, to be mindful, to be precise, and running is just as fast as you can go, and you just got to be frantic about it, basically. So they're two opposite disciplines, and combining them just makes this race all the more exciting. You have to shake out any lactic acid, any adrenaline you've got in your arms, and just make sure you're steady in that shooting range.
And interestingly, there's an indoors element here. The weather has cooled down a little, which maybe makes less of a stark contrast. But what factor might that play?
Well, it's like a cross-country course. The athletes will opt for more cushioned shoes, maybe for the hard ground. Spikes are not an option. There's a concrete ground here, for example. So it's just different in the choice of equipment, in the turns as well, because the turns can be quite tight going around the corners. We won't see much overtakes on the turns, but we have a couple of good straights where athletes are going to be able to overtake one another. So, yeah, it is going to be an exciting race. It's a good course out here in the Box Stadium.
And if you are someone like Mihaly Kolizar, who really likes a crowd to get behind you, I'm imagining how he might feel when he comes back into the arena and there'll be that roar for him. And it might almost be like someone's filled the car full of petrol.
That's exactly what it is. He feeds off the crowd, and this is where he performs his best in his own country, and it shows why. Like, some people would maybe feel the pressure from that, but he does the opposite. He really, really takes motivation and encouragement from that, and actually, I think it's both ways. I think he encourages and motivates them to cheer him on, and it's the other way around. So it's a mutual relationship he has with the audience here in Hungary.
It's not, as you say, always a given that you will thrive being in front of a home crowd.
Yeah, I think it goes differently with different personalities, and I think he's taking it in the best way possible.
Now, we are going to have a few gentlemen here who will be starting as a pack 90 seconds behind the lead, and that's Pau Salamo, who is very fast in the laser run, Boton Tamash and Wojciech Dania. So that could be interesting. If they do manage to push their way up into contention, we'll just bear that in mind. And that's because of how far ultimately they are behind from a points perspective.
Yeah, as you're talking there, I'm trying to kind of calculate where Jean-Baptiste Morcia is from 9th place. I'm really bad at math. Give me a sec for this. I think it's around...
Don't worry, the crowd's going to entertain us while you're doing that.
36 seconds. Oh, look at the crowd.
Right old scuffle going on in there. We've just added freestyle wrestling into the disciplines.
Yeah, so it's 36 seconds separating Borščev from Jean-Baptiste Morcia, and we've seen Jean-Baptiste Morcia come back from more of a gap. So you'd expect him to get up into the mix of those top 9, but who's going to fall out? Again, the age-old question, who is going to drop out of those top 9?
The age-old question, and goodness knows what the age-old answer is to that, because it's going to be quite a complicated laser run that we're going to bring you. And it's just the first of 3 laser runs coming up today, because we've got the second semi-final for the gentlemen at 12:30 local time here in Budapest, and then the first medals to be awarded at 4 p.m. We will begin our coverage of the women's final.
Yeah, athletes are back in the arena already. Gonna put their bib numbers up and will be making their way to the shooting range very soon for a quick warm-up before they head out to the big, all-exciting laser run. A few moments of calm. I like that. I like that contrast. This is the first time we've seen the behind-the-scenes of them during the semi-final. Only seeing them in action, so this is quite nice to see.
And a reminder of the little bits of business that the athletes have to attend to.
Yeah, exactly. Need to change their costumes, they need to grab their gear and warm up all together. Look at the Hungarian flag, all face painted on the children in the stands as well.
Well, it's such a great modern pentathlon nation, isn't it, Hungary? 99 years ago, the first competition was held in this country, so they're going to celebrate a special centenary next year. And yes, the famous red, white, green colours of Hungary in the official flag since 1957.
Fernand Mitterrand up on your screen now. Let's see where Fernand is. He's currently in 10th place, just 3 seconds behind 9th, so well within reach of those top 9 spots. We'll see things change after the first shooting series. That's where people could fall off and drop out of the top 9 if they aren't careful in the range. We'll see those different techniques going into those first shooting segment of this race. Some people will meditate. We saw some people sleeping on and lying on their backs a bit before the start. Some people doing some prayers, just breathing. It's all very variable. Some people will even run it out, try to just get rid of that extra adrenaline packed up.
What was your process?
I always had so much adrenaline. I could not calm myself down. I could not. I didn't have that control, so I just ran it out. You know, I just wanted to get it out of my system. So I would do a few laps before the start. And if we're taking some time on the start, I do some dynamic stretch, just anything to get it out, because
to be kinetic.
Yeah, it can really get, it can be a lot. It can get out of your control sometimes, and that's why it's just important to get that out before those first shooting series.
And this is where you've got to have a team around you that knows you. You've got to have a coach that knows you, because with the best will in the world, especially when athletes are really young, you might have a coach there who'd say, okay, just calm down, just be still for a bit. And that might seem like very good advice, but in fact for you it's completely counterproductive, because that's what's going to make you lose your state of focus.
Yes, exactly. It's most of these coaches have been working with the athletes for the entire season, so they know them well, they know what works well for them, they know what gets them riled up, they know what calms them down.
And what's working well for him at the moment is everything, So Changwon, because he's the leader, the gentleman who took gold at the World Cup in Bulgaria. He's a very decorated pentathlete, and he's already getting close to 30 starts in World Cup competition. The challenge is going to come for him now in the laser run, because there will be some great athletes behind him, and laser run has not traditionally been his strongest area, but he just needs to be in the top 9.
Yeah, just get into the top 9, and from his position it looks like he's good for it. Again, some strong runners in the semi-final A. We have Leo Bori, Maxime Marouk maybe needs to hold on more, because he doesn't have the strongest of runs. Mahali Kolizar is up there, Hassan is up there. Let's take a look further down. Murcia is on my radar for sure, starting in 13th position, 1 minute and 14 seconds off of the lead. Just needs to make it into the top 9.
Let's just remind you of those top 9 so far. So Hassan, Kolesar, and we'll just stay with him for a moment because he's a really interesting kettle of fish, the gentleman who's going to get the crowd moving and get the crowd absolutely roaring. He will be the one that will thrive when he goes from the outside back inside and stops being alone and is suddenly there with the crowd roaring on. He should be in a pretty decent position here.
Yeah, he looks good to stay in those top 9, but again, the competition is intense. Again, I think the statistics on his laser run are a bit deceiving. He's not the fastest runner, but he's also very consistent, and it's we've seen time and time again that it comes down to the shooting, and he's very consistent with that. He does sub 7 second shoots consistency. Let's see where that gets him today. And here's the man of the hour, Jean-Baptiste Morcia. You're going to hear his name a lot in this laser run.
Yes, he's not exactly a slow gentleman, is he, Jean-Baptiste Morcia? He is one that we're going to be watching very closely. 13th place. 13th place was unlucky for everybody else in the women's semi-final when Nedchik made it from that position into a qualification berth. And that's his bias. He's very strong on the laser run.
Yeah, I just can't wait to see this man go, and you're going to see him flying across the field, catching people like they're standing still. He is a beast of a man when it comes to running. Jean-Baptiste Morcia doing his final preps with his coach there. That is Pierre Desjardins, former athlete, now turned coach for the team of France.
And the rest of that top 9 is Maxime Marouk, Alexander Tovkai, Leo Bory, Dominique Oriaz, John Ungte and Petr Borshchev. But yes, as you say, it will be a surprise if he doesn't throw down a real challenge to that pack.
He's going to make it hard for them, to say the least.
You feel and fear for someone like Pau Salomo, don't you, who is so good in the laser run, but he's well behind. He's got that 90 seconds to overcome. Now, extraordinary things have happened in this sport.
Never say never. In pentathlon, we've seen weird things happen. I mean, one shooting series gone wrong could put a dent in your opportunity for a finals qualification.
There he is, the marked man. Anyone who's in 9th place in a semi-final knows that they just have to hold on to that. That's all that matters, and it's a 0 start going into the final, which takes place tomorrow. Do you think he's very aware of being in 9th?
Very aware.
Yeah, yes, he is.
It's not even that he's in 9th place. He knows that the athletes behind him are incredible runners, and he's not gonna ease into this race by any means. He's gonna push and try to get higher up the standings because someone's getting caught, and he doesn't want to be that person.
He's
Hassan
so exciting, isn't he, this lad?
He is a youngster. He's born in 2007, so young man in his prime, 19 years of age.
And a really strong contender in the laser run.
He is, and he's in 2nd place. So if he just really calms down in the shooting, I think that's the one area where it could go grey for Hassan. But overall, he's an incredible laser runner on his best day. So it's all about the shooting for him today. I mean, running, we know he can do that. I mean, all the athletes can do this. But it's the one area of pentathlon that's never changed. Laser run has always been the decisive factor. Medals, finals, qualifications, everything comes down to the laser run.
It has all come down to the laser run in men's semi-final A. This is the order of things. Congratulations to So Changwan, who has an 8-second advantage over Mohammed Hassan of Egypt, and then Mihaly Kolesar of Hungary will follow just 1 second behind Hassan. Then there's going to be a little gap, and the rest will follow, starting with Maxime Marouk of Belarus. Where things are going to be really interesting is when we get down to number 9, Petr Borshchev, because we're not so bothered as to who finishes first here because it's a semi-final. It's about getting into that top 9. So watch for Mitterrand and all below to mount an attack on the leading pack.
Tuma as well, we haven't talked about enough. Tuma's a strong laser runner as well. This is anyone's game as to who gets into the top 9, but my eyes are on number 13, Jean-Baptiste Morcia.
And we've got three gentlemen, as I mentioned earlier, Salomo, Tamas and Dania, who are starting 90 seconds behind as a pack. They actually have a longer handicap time in the case of Tamas and Dana of 2 minutes and 4 seconds.
So I think all the way down to 16th have got a shot. I think 17th and 18th would be probably a big reach, but I think all the way down to Salomo have a shot of making it to the finals. 16 athletes well within their rights for a finals position.
We have almost reached the end of the time for speculation. But the speculation bit's good fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love that moment of exploring all of these different permutations, their different strengths, their seconds of advantage, the sort of shooting times that they can produce. Now they've got to actually do it. And this is what elite athletes excel at. They excel at the consistency, at going out there and actually producing when they need to produce.
Yeah, very true. And again, what I think is really interesting about modern pentathlon, if this was a pure running race, it would have been different. We know the times, we know their strength, but this has the variable element of shooting. Comes down to your mentality, your mindset, and this is what we are going to see at play today.
Well, let's discover, shall we? Great to have you with us wherever in the world you're watching from and whoever you're supporting in this semi-final A. The Budapest World Cup. We are underway in the laser run. So Chang-won is the leader. He starts with 8 seconds of grace over Mohammed Hassan of Egypt, and straight away we're going to have Mihaly Kolesar come into play, and there the crowd starts that roar that we'll hear whenever he's involved. Now the rest have a little bit more of a wait because 24 seconds separated So from Maxim Maruk, and they're just itching to go, aren't they, waiting for their chance. Already we've got So on the range, and he's produced a 12.06 to start. That's very positive. Hassan and Kolesar just sub 9 seconds. Well done to him. So he's eaten up a bit of time on So's advantage. Hassan is finding it tricky.
Yeah, that final shot, 21 seconds. That is not how you want to start, but at least it's out of the way now. He can get that adrenaline out. What about the rest of the athletes? Tofgai and Maruk on 3, Tofgai and Maruk on 4. It is 5. Tofgai is out of the range now. Oliars is catching up as well as Borbi. Maruk is out. Woo, they're just coming out one by one.
Now we've got Borshev, 9th place athlete, who's produced a 13.05. Mitterrand, 10.32. So that's interesting because Mitterrand has, as a result, gone ahead of Borshev.
Tuma now is in that 9th spot, but being chased down by Borshev and Mitterrand. That pack is the battle for 9th as things stand. Still ways to go in this race.
Matush Tuma in 9th place at the moment. Murcia is producing 11.24. Amer still there, and still there, bottom left of the screen, and still there, and away just under 21. Abdraimov much better, about half the time, and Dania 9 seconds, Tamas 12.1. Okay, this is where our focus is going to be for the time being, because this is 9th place at the moment. The gentleman wearing bib number 11, Matush Tuma, the man who is a graduate of chemical engineering. He's hoping he can engineer a place in that top 9, but that's not a nice prospect over his shoulder, is it?
Yeah, I mean, those athletes are getting bunched up together by the second and being chased down. By the way, this pack is not safe either. We have Charlie Brown in the background eyeing them, heading into their second shooting series. Seo already almost out of the range, 14 seconds. That is gonna have to do it. Kolesar with a sub 13 second shoot. Kolesar with a good shooting series. Hassan again struggling in the range. This is gonna get tricky for Hassan if he does get pulled into that battle for 9th now, because 8th, 9th, and 10th are in the range.
Gosh, this is interesting. Hassan is really struggling. He's close to 25 seconds here. Oliar's gone in 7 seconds. Brilliantly done from him. Tovkai 13 seconds. Hassan 30 seconds. He's out. But that was a pretty tricky exchange for him. Borshev has gone in about 12. Bori is still there. And there is leaving now Tuma on just 19 seconds or so. So he's still in 9th position. Oh, it's going to get rather nervy.
Maruk and Tuma making their way to the outdoor portion of this race and being chased down by them. I think it is Leo Bory and Charlie Brown. They're getting closer. Fernand Mitterrand there and thereabouts as well.
So it is now number 4, bib number 4, Maxim Maruk, who's occupying 9th position.
And Murcia, by the way, just left the range a few moments ago and is getting closer by the second.
Tamash, 10.5 seconds. Salomo, 14.22.
I think is extending his gap a little bit over Maxim Maruk and pulling away. Maxim Maruk is now the man in trouble. He's in that 9th spot. He started the race out in 4 and now has dropped back into 9th and is being chased down very closely by Leo Bory. You can see in the back there, as well as Charles Brown.
There's a pack of wolves behind Maruk and they are waiting to take over. Brown wearing bib number 12. Compelling. Bory compelling.
Seo back in the range though, our leader, as well as Kolizar shooting well. 10-second shoots, that is all you need. Kolizar with 8 seconds, that is incredible from Kolizar. That will have to do it. Let's see where the rest of the athletes land. This is getting cagey now because these athletes are all bunched up together. Oliar is missing his first shot but gets a second. Where does Hassan land after this shoot?
He's not had the easiest time, has he? Oliar's under 9 seconds. Really well done to him. Hassan, that's more like it. 12.46. Jun, 9 seconds. Tovkai, 11 seconds.
So top 6 are out. Borshev is doing well here. Charlie Brown has moved up now. Borshev and Charlie Brown, that is 7 and 8. And Tuma is back again in that 9th position.
And Maruk is still at the range. Maruk is still at the range, 22 seconds or thereabouts for him, and as a result, he's now going to be a fair way back. There is your gentleman again in 9th place.
Yeah, Leo Bory and Mitterrand in the background as well. No big moves yet, but they're all running for it. Leo Bory seems to be getting closer by the second. Tuma really needs to focus on his next shooting series, 4th shooting series to come.
Matush, Tuma, and all above him are safe at the moment. But how safe can you really be with 2 more visits to the range, Mariam?
There's still a lot to go. A lot can change. Mitterrand at the back of your shot there. Where is Murcia? Maruk as well. You can see they're dropped out of the top 9 already.
Brown has done really well to push right up into 7th position. We expected strength from him in the laser run. We've got it. So Tuma has got 2 over his shoulder, Bory and Mitterrand.
They made it back into the arena now, and it's time for the 4th shooting series. Seo missing a couple shots here. He has the gap for it, but he needs to make up time. Seo and Kolizar on 2. 3 for both the athletes. 4 for 4. Kolizar is out and is taking the lead of that race. We're not going to focus too much on that. It's all about 9th place for now. Seo is out as well.
You might not be focusing too much on that, but the crowd, I can tell you, they're all over it. They're celebrating it like it's a gold medal one. Oliar's 9 seconds. Now let's have a look at Boy, who's right up there with Tuma. So this is a big shoot. Tuma. He's got 2 done, he's got 3 done. He's got 4 done. He's got 5 done in 8.41. Brilliant from Tuma. Bory still going, 4 done and 5 done, 10.99. It's still very competitive.
Now Borshev is now in that 9th position and being again chased down by Leo Bory and Fernand Mitterrand. He is in trouble because Leo Bory is gaining by the stride. Fernand Mitterrand looks to be dropping a bit, but still, we have 2 more laps to go.
Borshev had a couple of nervous looks over his shoulder. Every time he looks, Boy gets closer. And that's got to feel so difficult psychologically. Into the outside component. They're close to making their way back inside the stadium.
You know they're back inside because the crowd's cheering for Kolizar as he heads back into his final shooting series. But this is the pack we're focusing on now, and they're actually closing in on Tuma. It is Bori now in 9th place, who's overtaking Borshev, but now looking over to Tuma as well.
So Borshev at the moment is missing out on a place in the final. He is 10th. The bell is sounding. For whom does it toll? Tuma. Bori, and there is the separation at the moment. Bori and everyone in front of him going into the final that takes place tomorrow. They're going to head to the final spell at the range. Kolizar, by the way, and so with a 7.09, Kolizar 10 seconds. They're right up there together. Kolizar's got his arms raised. He was running around celebrating with the crowd. They're giving great entertainment. Oliar's not quite 8 seconds. Very good from him. What about Brown, who's moved up like anyone's business? He's doing superbly, Charlie Brown. 15 seconds. Hassan, that's more like it from him. He's under 12. Tovkai under 10. Jun under 14. Tuma under 11. Bori. Still Bori. Borshev and Bori close. Bori's away. Borshev, they're virtually neck and neck in their shooting time. That will favour Bori.
Yeah, Bori looks good for that 9th position now. He just needs to make a run for it all the way to the finish line now. We said Murcia could be a threat, but it looks like these athletes have held them off quite well. Bori is looking good for the finals.
There he is, wearing bib number 6. It is Léo Bori from the north of France, the former junior world #1, who is safeguarding 9th place, with Petr Borshev quite some way behind him now.
Yeah, Bori actually had a 30-second shoot at one point. He came back strong from that one. He ran his way all the way to 9th place now and just needs to hold on for a few more seconds as he makes his way into the indoor portion of this race.
Inside they go, and this one is wrapping itself up. Well done to Brown, by the way, who's made a big move, up 6 places. Tuma's also made an important move, up 3 places. The likes of Maruk have dropped down and dropped out of it, unfortunately. Kolizar has had a superb semi-final, top performer. Oliar's up 5 places to finish 2nd. Well done to him. And Tovkai up 2 places to finish 3rd. So down 3 places, 4th. Hassan down 3 for 5th. Tuma is up 5 places to finish 6th. Jun is up 1 to finish 7th. Brown, a massive rise of 4 to finish 8th. And Bori drops down 3 places, but it doesn't matter because he's 9th, and those are your finalists.
Yeah, just like that, semi-final A is done. We have a few more athletes going across the line, but our top 9 are decided. These will be the first half of the cohort making it to the finals. Big sprint finish from Oppenheimer and Salomo. Beautiful job from both of them. Didn't quite make the finals, but again, posting good times and moving themselves up the world rankings nicely.
To simply make it into a semi-final with the strength of this field is a massive accomplishment.
It is. I mean, these men started out as 4 qualifications of 30-something athletes, so it was really, really tough. They had to get by a lot of athletes to make it to this point. So congratulations to all the athletes that made it to the semi-finals, and of course our finalist Kolizar with the mic now. A word to his fans.
He's just taken over as the arena presenter from James. You feel like you could give that man a microphone and he'd run around the course with it and commentate on his own performance.
He looks relaxed enough to do that, yeah. But yeah, that crowd is going to be in the finals as well. And Kolizar did make it to the finals, so we need that same energy in this arena, and we're going to have it. Charlie Brown started 12th and now in 8th.
Great performance. Yeah, he really has performed today. Oliar's fantastic effort from him, one that we weren't necessarily talking a great deal about coming into the laser run because he was in that position of being pretty secure anyway, but then he's ultimately finished second.
Yeah, it was a solid performance from him. Again, Hassan, we saw those slip-ups in the range, potentially something to work for heading into tomorrow's finals. Tomorrow's about medals, not about positions anymore, so it's all won or lost in the range.
We had such an engrossing contest for that 9th place spot, didn't we? Tuma, who was leading the way early on, and then it became the French athlete Léo Bory, as we saw the Belarusian Maxim Maruk just start to fade away.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Yeah, he started the day well. He's fenced well yesterday. Didn't come out on top of the direct elimination as he would have liked. Probably would have gave him a bit of an advantage, maybe a leg into the finals. So yeah, but overall a very solid performance from him. He's a consistent athlete. He fences really well. He's a quick swimmer, a quick OCR. He's getting better at OCR. And yeah, laser run's that one little thing he needs to work on.
Finding time for a lap of honour during the laser run itself, Mihaly Kolizar.
I want to say rising star, but he's not. He is a star. He's not even rising anymore. He is a star. And I think definitely one of Hungary's prospects for a medal at the Olympics even. He does this flying thing by the finish line every single race. It's he's such a character, and he's got a big personality. It's great that he can have fun with the competition while competing for something so important and so prestigious, and that's rare to find. Everyone's mostly very focused, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's also nice to see the contrast to that, and Kolizar just enjoying every single moment.
There's a lot to be said for enjoying life. When you're doing something that's really hard, to actually be able to celebrate it and enjoy it and be, to use a rather cliche term, to be present, to actually be there in the moment and feeling it.
For sure.
I mean, that's a credit to him that he can do that. And finding the time to go over and congratulate Charlie Brown on a standout display in the laser run. Lovely sporting spirit between them all. So what does it all mean? It means that these gentlemen comfortably progress through to tomorrow's final with a little bit of extra spice added by Mihaly Kolizar of Hungary. In front of his home crowd, he was the strongest performer. Well done to Dominic Oliars, who moved up massively. And those 6 will be joined by Brown, Tuma and Bory, who complete the 9 that make it through from semi-final A. Semi-final B is to come, and it will get underway very soon indeed, in around about an hour and 45 minutes time. So more action still to enjoy at the World Cup in Budapest, and we'll find out soon who will join these 9 in tomorrow's grand final. We'll see you soon for more action from Budapest.
it look easy.
Unbelievable talent. He's got himself into the lead.
Wow. Look at that shooting accuracy.